Hanoi is the capital of Vietnam. It's a city that seamlessly blends its rich cultural heritage with a modern development. And it's a city that seems to offer something for everyone, from history buffs to food lovers, from nature enthusiasts to adventure seekers. In this episode, I'm going to try and work out what the top 10 attractions of Hanoi is, the same attractions that you should not miss when visiting this amazing city. Hon Kiem Lake, also known as the Lake of the Returned Sword, is a picturesque lake located in the heart of Hanoi. The lake is surrounded by shade trees, colourful flowers and charming cafes. It's a popular spot for locals and tourists alike to go for a walk or simply relax and enjoy the scenery. At the northern end of the lake is Ngok Song Temple, which is accessible by a red bridge, and the temple is dedicated to Tran Hung Dao, a national hero who fought against the Mongol invaders in the 13th century. And inside the temple you can see various artifacts and relics, including a giant turtle. The Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum. The Ho Chi Minh Mausoleum is a massive granite structure located in Dinh Square. And it's the final resting place, obviously, of Ho Chi Minh, the founder of modern Vietnam, who passed away in 1969. And the mausoleum is a must-visit attraction for those who want to pay their respects to the amazing, revered leader. Make sure that you dress appropriately and maintain a solemn demeanour inside the mausoleum. And then there is the Old Quarter, with its vibrancy and charm of its narrow streets. The Old Quarter is a maze of narrow streets and alleys that have been preserved since the 13th century. It's a bustling area where you can find street vendors and food stalls and traditional Vietnamese architecture. walking through the Old Quarter is really like stepping back in time. And it's a great place to experience local culture and cuisine. Some of the must-visit streets include Hang Bi, Hang Bak, and Ta Hien. And then, what culture enthusiasts could miss, the Hanoi Opera House. The Hanoi Opera House, illuminated by the twilight glow, stands with elegance. It's got a neoclassical facade and is really quite unique. And of course, the architecture and style is French colonial, and it was built in 1911 by the French, and it's located smack bang in the heart of the city. And it's a beautiful example of neoclassical architecture. And the Opera House is still used for performances today. And visitors can catch a show or take a guided tour around the building. And then there is the Fang water puppet theatre, which is also a really unique cultural experience that's only seen in Vietnam. Water puppetry is a traditional art form that originated in the Red River Delta region of Vietnam. The puppets are controlled by puppeteers who stand waist deep in water, and the performance is accompanied by traditional music and singing. The Fang water puppet theatre is the best place to experience this traditional art form, and it's a must-see attraction for anyone visiting Hanoi. And that leads me to Hanoi Prison. The grim interior of the Hanoi Prison is revealed, and you can see the cells and the torture devices evoking the prison's very dark history. Hanoi Prison was also known as the Hanoi Hilton. It's a historic prison and was also built by the French in the 19th century. And it was used to house political prisoners during the French colonial period, and later used to hold American prisoners during the Vietnam War. And today the prison has been turned into a museum that showcases the harsh conditions that the prisoners endured. Visitors can see the cells, the torture devices, and the other artifacts that were used during this very extreme period in Vietnam's history. And then on a lighter note, there's the West Lake. West Lake is the largest lake in Hanoi and is located just a few kilometres northwest of the city centre. It's a beautiful place to take a stroll or rent a bike and explore the area. There are numerous cafes and restaurants around the lake, and it's a popular spot for locals and tourists alike too. And you can relax and enjoy the scenery. And then there's another museum, the Vietnamese Women's Museum, which is also quite worth a visit. It celebrates and explores the achievements and the roles of Vietnamese women in society. And the museum has exhibits that showcase the various contributions that women have made to the country's history and culture. Visitors can learn about the roles that women play in the family and the workforce, as well as the arts. And it's a great place to gain a deeper understanding of Vietnamese culture and society. Ba Vie National Park is a nature lover's paradise located just 50 kilometres west of Hanoi. Visitors can hike up to the summit of Ba Vie Mountain, which offers us stunning views of the countryside surrounding. There are also hot springs and waterfalls in the park that are great for swimming and relaxing. park is home to a diverse range of flora and fauna, including the numerous species of birds, monkeys and butterflies. Visitors who feeling active can hike up to the summit of Bamboo Mountain, which offers stunning views of the surrounding countryside. So in conclusion, Hanoi is a great city, full of culture and rich history, and it offers a diverse range of attractions for visitors to explore, from the historic sites to the natural wonders to the cultural experiences, culinary delights. There's something for everyone in this vibrant city. And whether you're a history buff, a food lover, or simply looking to explore a new destination, Hanoi is a city that should be on your travel bucket list.
In 80 days, adventurer and award-winning filmmaker Paul G. Roberts retraces the global footsteps of Phileas Fogg, hero of Jules Verne's most famous work.
Jules Verne's most famous book, Around the World in 80 Days, set the Victorian era alight in 1872. An adventure novel with a grand dream of circumnavigating the globe in just 3 months, a feat never thought possible before. I'm Paul Roberts, an award-winning filmmaker and media entrepreneur. And in my next adventure travel series, 80 Days, I'm going to attempt to retrace the footsteps of Jules Verne's most famous hero, Phileas Fogg, as he attempts to travel the world in 80 days. So why me and why now, you may ask? Well, for the longest time, I've had an obsession with the romance of travel. I've been blessed to have been around the world many times. In fact, I'm on my 8th passport. I had one stolen by a professional gang of thieves on a Vaporetto in Venice, and another one is misplaced, but I have all the other 6. In my many travels, I've seen many amazing places, met so many amazing people, and done lots of crazy things, too many to count. My one great regret is that aside from having a few little snaps here and there, I never documented it properly. But this time, that's all changing, as I'm recording all of my adventures for a new adventure travel series, 80 Days.